Cheap chicken looks like a budget win, but the low price hides predatory debt. Corporate giants own the birds, feed, medicine, breeding, hatcheries, and slaughterhouses. Independent growers carry multi-million-dollar mortgages for barns the companies refuse to own. If a contract disappears, growers are left with depreciating barns, land risk, utilities, taxes, and crushing debt. The bargain works by pushing risk onto rural families and taxpayers, while corporations keep the profitable supply chain. Grow-out contracts make the trap possible. Integrators own the flock, feed, and medicine. Growers provide mortgaged infrastructure. Contracts rarely exceed one 6-week cycle, but mortgages last 20 years. So companies can reduce flocks, extend layout times, or terminate without cause. Growers earn only when birds are in barns. Delayed placements stop revenue, while mortgage, utilities, and taxes continue. Extending layout by a few weeks reduces returns $2,350 per house, enough to decide if the bank gets paid. Then comes the zero-sum tournament. Integrators rank growers on feed conversion ratio, or FCR, and fund bonuses by docking below average neighbors. Base pay of 6 cents per pound rises to 7.25 cents for the top, and falls to 4.8 cents for below average growers, even though the corporation controls chicks and feed. RAFI surveyed 105 growers. 92% received sickly chicks. 83% faced feed delays over 12 hours. And 72% got fewer birds. The bottom 20% earn 5 cents or less. The top 20% earn 9 cents or more. In 2011, the ARMS average was 5.55 cents, with the bottom 10th below 4.32 cents, and the top 90th over 7.02 cents. ERS puts the top-bottom 5th income gap at $170,871. That volatility sits on huge capital costs. In the early 2000s, standard farms cost $10 to $12 per square foot on a $1 million loan. Today, integrators require 8 house complexes totaling 237,600 square feet and costing $5 million, while banks require 20% equity or $1 million cash. FSA guarantees up to $1.4 million, and SBA 7A backs mortgages up to $5 million, covering 95% of default. Rates rose from 5% in 2022 to 8% in 2023. Top lenders charged 8.24% in 2025, adding $100,000 in annual interest and stretching amortization to 20 years. OIG found integrator control made growers affiliates, illegally guaranteeing $1.8 billion across 1,535 loans between 2012 and 2016. If a contract is canceled, appraised value collapses 62 to 94%, turning $5 million into a sub-$500,000 liability. The treadmill was built by consolidation. Families once kept small flocks, mostly for eggs, because year-round meat was impossible without synthetic vitamin D. In 1923, Mrs. Cecile Steele received 500 chicks instead of 50, sold 387 survivors after 18 weeks for 62 to 67 cents a pound, and built a 10,000-bird house in 1926. After the boll weevil hit Georgia cotton, Georgia Tech graduate Jesse Jewell supplied Gainesville farmers with chicks and feed on credit in the 1930s, then bought birds back. Jewell organized the National Broiler Council in 1954. Tyson Foods scaled it. John W. Tyson hauled chickens from Arkansas to Chicago, then bought hatcheries, feed mills, and slaughterhouses. Christopher Leonard called it chickenization in the meat racket. By the mid-1990s, 15 companies controlled 77% of production. Tyson held 22%, with $4 billion in sales. Today, integrators control 90% of broilers, a model that wiped out 90% of hog farms. Leverage continues through mandated upgrades, or ACs. Solid sidewalls require R19 ceiling and R8 walls. Tunnel ventilation must pull wind at 700 feet per minute, consume 5,000 gallons of water daily per house, and require shades. Older barns need trusses for catching, costing $20,000 per house to remove center posts. Mitchell and Karen Crutchfield signed with Tyson in 1987, borrowed $150,000 for 2 barns, then faced road improvements, nipple drinkers, and dead freezers. Mandated upgrades averaged $38,000 over 3 years. Retrofitting an 8-house farm can cost $500,000. Refusing stops placements, so growers refinance and extend amortization back to 20 years. The farm math does not look like the grocery store price. Older 80,000 square foot barns at $2.75 per square foot produce $220,000 gross. 50% debt, or $110,000, and $77,000 expenses leave $33,000 net. Newer barns at $3.25 per square foot gross $260,000, $65,000 operating, and $130,000 debt leave $65,000. Utilities consume 30 to 50%. OBBBA utility crop insurance subsidizes premiums up to 80%. Yet off-farm wages account for 50% of income. Michael and Jean-Nicole Diaz documented AMIC dictating light, temperature, grass, and catcher availability under exclusivity. Banks require homes as cross-collateral, as in Tom Green's foreclosure. Clouded titles block financing, and Chapter 12 bankruptcies jumped 46% to 315 in 2025 in Georgia and Arkansas. Walter Goldschmidt compared farm-supported Dinuba with Arvin's inequality, while Mississippi's appraisal manual increased valuations 106% under a 40% depreciation floor. The same risk transfer appears in labor. Processing employs 235,000 workers across Georgia, Arkansas, and North Carolina, with 20,000 severe injuries annually, a 7.8 rate. Wages average $12.50. Undocumented workers are 42 to 58% of the workforce, paid 88.8% of documented wages. Deporting 20% raises wages 7.82%, while H-2A catchers face overcrowded camps. Law has struggled to catch up. The Packers and Stockyards Act of 1921, or PSA, bans deceptive practices, but Wheeler and Terry forced growers to prove market-wide harm. In 2022, the DOJ won $84.8 million in wage-fixing restitution from Wayne Sanderson and Cargill. Grower antitrust settlements totaled $169 million for 24,000 growers. Pilgrims paid $100 million, Tyson $21 million, Sanderson $17.75 million, Coke $15.5 million, and Purdue $14.75 million. The Transparency Rule in February 2024 mandated disclosures. The Payment and Capital Improvement Rule in early 2025 banned tournament deductions, but AMS delayed the effective date to December 31, 2027. Cheap chicken survives because the cost is parked elsewhere. It relies on socialized debt, rural collateral, and loan guarantees. Well, owners filter runoff, and taxpayers absorb defaults through FSA and SBA payouts, while integrators escape exposure. Cheap chicken is a complex financial derivative built on cross-collateralized land. The contract system made family farms the balance sheet behind corporate protein. Until the tournament is dismantled, cheap chicken hides its true cost. In bankruptcies and foreclosures,